Hey guys, welcome back to Groom Productions, and today I'm going to be discussing a very interesting idea that I recently heard in one of my comments from someone known as Garbrial W. So shout out to you for giving me this video idea to do. But in the past, I actually have thought of this idea before, especially with how popular Spirit Halloween is getting, and how closer to their 40th anniversary. I think this would definitely be a cool idea, and this is to bring back some old popular ISEs, or if you don't know what that means, basically a theme or their in-store experiences. And what I mean by this is just basically kind of like how they bring back the props, bring back the themes. Now, there's ups and downs to this idea, but I think it could still be really, really cool. And whenever I say like bring back some old themes, I don't necessarily mean like their like very first themes, like the Horrorplex Theater, even though that would still be cool. That's not exactly like what I mean. Like just some like very like iconic themes, such as like the Asylum, like I have right here, or one that I kind of really want to see come back is the Zombie Wasteland, because I don't really remember this one too much. I think might have been to the store like once in 2011 whenever I was like really little, and I don't really remember this theme at all. So I think it'd be really cool to see it in person, and to kind of finally just like get like an idea of what it was like, because I've heard so many cool things about this theme and I've only seen it through YouTube videos, which is kind of just disappointing, because I really do want to like kind of see what it felt like being in that theme, because I've just heard a lot of great things from it, like the lighting and just the atmosphere of it. Just a lot of really cool stuff. And Last Chance Gas Station is also another one that I really think would be a really cool one to return as well. I've heard multiple other good things about this one, and especially since it has a lot of like iconic props in it, like Barnyard Butcher. Which, speaking of which, if they do actually bring back some old ISEs, this would be a good excuse to bring back some old props too from the ISEs, like example Barnyard Butcher from the Last Chance Gas Station, or just something like that. And I just think that if they do bring back these older themes, that it would just, well, number one, it would give a chance to give like the new modern fans of Spirit Halloween a taste of what it was like back then. Number two, it would kind of like just kind of, I guess, help us fans out who've been with Spirit Halloween for a while now, like fan service basically. The only downsides that I see to them not doing this is because they've already done it in the past. Like, it's not necessarily something new, it's not really creative, it's basically kind of lazy, just a copy and paste kind of scenario, right? But I think if they do this idea like once in the future, maybe, I think what they would do if they are going to bring back any theme is, here's my first idea. They would bring back the full theme, right? But they would put in different animatronics and maybe just like scatter like a couple of the old returning ones in there. So like if they were to do like, for example, like the clock tower like I have right here, they would put mostly new props in there, but then they might have like swinging scarecrow or something like that in the theme, just to kind of complement it, like, hey, like this was kind of how it was back then. Even though the clock tower isn't that old, it still kind of is old for like modern fans, I guess, who don't really like remember this stuff too much. But yeah, so I can definitely see them doing that, and I think a lot of people would just kind of appreciate them doing that, because it would still be kind of like, a mix of old and new, and I think that's a really good concept. And if they do bring back the old themes, I can definitely see them adding some new updates to it, like the new technology that Spirit's been using recently, and just the screens and all the effects and stuff. I can see them putting that into the old themes just to like kind of make it more modern, but at the same time kind of giving it a shout out to like how they used to be back then. Another kind of thing I can see them doing for these themes is not bringing back the full theme, but instead doing a more, I guess, call out or like a miniature display to or based off of the themes. So instead of doing like this big grand kind of theme like they're known for, just doing like a miniature theme. And I think that would probably be like the best option for them to do. Something more like a Monty's display from this year, where it's kind of just more like a little itty bitty display, but it kind of gets the point across on what it's trying to be. Where it's kind of just like a circus kind of thing going on with like one prop on there. I think that'd be really cool. Or something maybe a little bit larger, like the Shorty and Sam display, which was a tad bit larger, I think, than Monty's display this year. Just something like this to just get the point across, like what they're trying to do exactly. Like I can see them easily doing this with like the Asylum theme or something, with maybe having like some like jail cell bars, and like behind the jail cell bars putting some prop from that year behind the bar, something very simple like that. I think that would make us fans really happy. And then something else I can totally see them doing is something similar to Jack and Sally, especially for like smaller stores. Something very similar to this, where it's kind of just like a backdrop, but like it still kind of advertises the returning prop and then the theme that they came from, kind of. So I think that would be a very cool idea. And again, it can work well with fans, new people, and just overall like advertising the animatronic. But it kind of would only work if the animatronic fits in the theme, I guess, kind of like how Monty fits in with his little display this year, how Jack and Sally fit in with their backdrop, just something like that. I don't really have any images of this next thing, but I can also kind of see them doing maybe a different kind of backdrop, almost like what they're doing like for these past couple years, like in like the back of the theme, where they have like a like photo booth kind of thing, where you can take photos and just post it or whatever. I could see them doing something similar to that, especially for like smaller stores that don't have a lot of space. They can just do something like this. I just think there's many ways for them to give shout outs to like old themes besides putting in like little details. And don't get me wrong, the little details are really, really cool, like little Easter eggs that we get in like these themes. But I feel like it would just be such a cool experience to kind of give the younger kids and just kids who aren't as exposed like how they used to be back then, just more of a chance to, I guess, see this kind of stuff. And because I know a lot of people have been saying this, Spirit Halloween was a lot scarier back then, and I don't think they're ever going to go back to their old ways. I mean, they might try it, but they're not definitely going to go all the way back to how they used to be. But I think just kind of sprinkling it in the store might just be enough to kind of get us fans, like us older fans, just a little bit more happy and just like excited for the store. And then it'll still give a chance for the young kids to not be like terrified to go into a Spirit Halloween. I was just at a Spirit Halloween today, and I still saw a couple kids that are very hesitant to go to an animatronic. So that obviously means that there's still there's still some kind of like scariness about the store. So I think, if they were to cross that line and go back to how they used to be, then they might get some complaints, especially, I guess, in like this day and age, kind of. So I definitely think that adding in some of their older past would just, be a really cool idea. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, do I think they're going to do this? Probably not. I think the closest thing that they're going to do to this is maybe like a backdrop or just a little like Easter egg from previous themes like they've done in the past. But it would just be really cool if they did do this. Maybe like even just like the flagship location, it would be really, really cool to just see a returning theme. And if they do, please tell me like which theme you would like to see down below. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.